Hey guys, today I'll be disassembling this Acer laptop, which is a 5542 model. Equipment you'll be needing is a paintbrush for removing dust, possibly a flathead screwdriver, and a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, let's get started. Get that out of the way. First of all, start on the back. Remove the battery. For every laptop disassemble, that's the first thing to do. And then you get your Phillips screwdriver and remove every single screw from the back. Make sure that you know where these screws come from. A little tip for you, you could take some pictures of each screw to know exactly where it goes. Alright, so what you're going to do, remove all these screws from the back. Okay, once you remove these screws, some of them do not come out that easily. It would be helpful if you had a magnetic screwdriver. Unfortunately, I couldn't find mine. So, what you'll have to do is either tip it over or use a magnetic screwdriver if you have one. Okay. So that's the back cover off, with still screws attached, and I'll leave them on for ease next time I put it back on. And that's the hard drive. You can do get the screws off. You tip them over. Next I'll take this little cover off. There we go, place it on the side. Okay, the next part I will remove the disc tray, which I've already removed the screw, which would be here. What you do is just pull this out. Should come out. There you have it. Put it to the side. Next, what you want to do is take your hard drive off, just by one screw. Just like that. This model comes with a 500 gigabyte, focusing on that, 500 gigabyte Western Digital hard drive, which is decent, depending on what you use it for. Put that to the side. There's one screw here which needs to come out, but other than that, I think that's it. Yep. This connects the keyboard, and it's a bit of a long screw. Okay. Next you'll want to go from the inside now. So flip the computer back over, open the lid. There we go. This comes off very easily. It's attached on these two sides. Well, they clip straight off, just to pull on the edges. Just like so. Just like that. What the next to do would be remove this attachment. There you go. That would be controlling the P button and the volumes. Put this to one side. Next, you would remove the screen. There's one screw here, and another screw over here. But first, before you do that, forgot to do it, is to detach the screw, the attachments attaching the screen, which is by these two. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver, just clip them off. Just like so. Push them out of the way. Bring this back over. Then, using the flathead screwdriver again, I can pull them through. Or your hands. I think your hands will be better. This one. Just give it a little wiggle. What we could do to make it much easier, using a flathead screwdriver, push these little tabs off, which will remove the keyboard from the base. If it decides to come. That's 1, 2, 3. Last one. 4. On the keyboard, all you need to do, bend it a little and pull it out. Yeah, slide right out. And before pulling it off, be careful not to pull this attachment off. And clip it. Then you can take it off. Then you got your keyboard. Put this to one side. This is not the original keyboard for this laptop. I had it replaced because the previous one was damaged from liquid. Okay. And just remove these wires which go to the screen. And using your Phillips screwdriver, unscrew the 2 screws holding the screen on. What I would do is put these separate from the screws you took out from the back, because you might misplace the screws or use the wrong screw size, which I've learned in the past makes damages to your laptop, as they may protrude into the actual parts of the laptop which aren't meant to go there. Okay. There is one more that needs to be removed. There's this clip here. Using the Phillips, just push it out. Just like so. And you should be able to remove it. Like that. Leaving these 3 wires on. Okay, we'll just put this to the side. Let me just bring this back. This is what you will need to do if you wanted to replace the screen. You need to remove the bezel itself and then replace the screen and put it back together. But I'm not doing this today. Okay, now there's one screw here, 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 that needs removed. And that should be it, I think. Okay. One, two, three. Just before I pull this out, I'll double check. What I like to do is pull these cables off before I take this grey part off. Another one here. Using the Phillips, you can push this little one off. Just like so. Then what you do, you can either use your Phillips or you can use your fingernails if you have. I tend to find that the Phillips damages the side of the laptop, so I prefer just to use the nails. On the edges of the laptop, just going to put your nail in, just to lift up the bezel, and go all the way around. Eventually it should pop out. Try not to yank it because you can break the cover. That pop back in. And that's it. It sounds a bit bad, but that's no problem. It's just the clips are being removed. There's quite a few on there. So what you will do is just remove that. I seem to have something still attached, which would be the microphone. Just using the Phillips, you can remove that. There you go. I mean the flap, sorry. There's also one more here, which is to the speakers. Okay, that's it. Small little panel. If you would have damages on this panel, speakers or the pad, this can be replaced quite easily. Okay, put this to one side. There we go. Here's the motherboard. I just like to clean out a little bit, it's a bit of dust. This has been cleaned like 2-3 months ago, so it's not too dirty. Okay. There's not much screws to be removed, but there's this clip right here. Pull out from that. Just like so. There's another one here which goes to USBs. Remove that one. This you can either separate it from the base or from the motherboard. I tend to separate it from the motherboard, so remove the screw. My bad. I think... no, wrong one. It's this one that has to be removed. Which connects to the display screen. Sorry, just need to focus back in. Okay. Use the Phillips just to get it, pull it out. There you go. goes one side. Okay, so next, let me just find the other screws which are connected. There's one here. And I think that is it. Just double checking. Okay. Here comes the fiddly part. Turn this around. These will need to be pulled out a bit and then lifted up, because what tends to happen, they break if you just pull it straight out. So what you'll do is feel a bit of a lift. Leave that clip there. You can feel the lift there, but you need to pull that way, away from yourself if you're holding it in my situation, but lift at the same time. Takes a bit of wiggling. Let me just double check if all the screws are out. Oh, I forgot to take SD card reader out, that's what's preventing it. It's just a little cover that I have on mine to prevent dust. That was the problem. Okay. And that was it. Motherboard is out. I'll put the motherboard to one side for a second. And just give this a little bit of a brush. It's not dirty, but still a bit of dust particles in here. If this was the first time you open up your laptop and you had it for quite some time, there's definitely dust in there, which can cause overheating problems. Okay, so put the back to one side and bring the motherboard. There we go. So same thing again, just give a little dust off. Then you take our attention to the fan, which cools the system. Using a Phillips, there's four screws, which attaches this fan to the motherboard. Just remove those. They have springs in them, so they don't remove fully, but they remove from the motherboard. There's a clip here, just move that, which attaches it to the motherboard. It's a bit stiff. Go. And that is it. You could replace this again, but I won't be doing that. This isn't my main laptop, so I don't really use it. Dust that off. Okay. My Phillips may be a bit too big for these small screws, but I think I have another one. Just give me a second. So I've found this little screwdriver. All you do, remove these little screws. And there you go. You have access to your fan. Mine's pretty clean because I've recently cleaned it. But I give it a little brush off again. Now if you have overheating problems, it's probably due to the fan being clogged up with dust particles. I don't know if you can see that, but not much. And even after a month, I've got some dirt right here. Get that to the side. So that is basically it.